All right, I'm going to add some coins to my test garden. I have a Indian 1893 Indian, 1896 Indian. We'll do these in order. 1898 and a 1906. Thanks everyone for being on the live. I appreciate it. So if you've been on here before, you know my test garden I'm starting to build out. We have silver quarters over here lined up. We have silver dimes, the halfway mark. I just marked these spots here. I'll use my measuring stick with my T-square to make sure it's nice and square. I'm going to go in and do these at, let's see, let me grab this. We'll use my Garrett Carrot as a measuring stick. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And they say on average here in Utah, the indent scents are being found at about 5 to 8 inches. So I'm going to come in and do 8. We'll do 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we'll do 5 inches here, 6, 7, and 8. Again, thanks everyone for being on the live. So we'll do, again, the 1893, the 1896, 1898, and the 1906. And these are coins that I bought. I bought a bunch of coins. The ones that I found, I don't want to bury those because they have meaning to me because I found them. But you see the 4 coins. So let's throw one on the surface. That's the oldest one. Let's just see what it reads up on the Minelab. A nice 61. I'm getting down a little closer. Yeah, 60, 61. So let's come in here. And again, we'll put the first one at 5 inches, because here in Utah they say you find them at about 5 to 8 inches. So I'm coming straight off there. All right. I think that's the oldest one. The 1893. We'll use this as our measuring stick. So we're going to go down 5 inches. So this one will be on edge at 5 inches. And again, over time, as I water, these coins will move. This is crazy. I literally found a coin right there. And I built this house almost 30 years ago. And we took all the dirt from the house and pushed it back up here. And I found a 1999 quarter right here as I'm trying to clean this out. So probably just something one of my kids lost. As a matter of fact, these are the finds from my backyard. What is that, a Hot Wheel? I'm trying to make it out. There's that quarter I just found. I found a ring. I sent this to my daughters, asking them if they remember it. They don't. 4 pennies. Just found the quarter, and just a bunch of other junk type stuff. A big bell. My wife remembers that hanging off the apple tree. I think this is a piece when they built my shop. I'm pretty sure that's it. And so just crazy that even stuff right here in my own yard. Okay, let's see what the 1893 Indian penny rings up at now, being down 5 inches. Still ringing up, 58. So my air tested, it was coming out at a 60, 61. Now I know I have rebar in the concrete, thanks to my brother who does concrete. And so I'll get a lot of the 80 signals over here. So my first one, I'm trying to put it a foot off. But I would definitely dig that if I saw that out there. 60, 63, turn 90. It's repeatable. I would dig that all day long. All right. So we're gonna go a little bit deeper on the next one. Again, coming straight off the concrete line there. I watered last night, so ooh. I always have a big plug right there. So the next one, this one is the 1896 Indian. So we're gonna bury this one. Where's my Garrett Carrot? I just had it. I want to make sure we're putting these at the depth that we need them. Oh, it's right there. So we have 6 inches right about there. Well, that's definitely deeper than 6 inches. That's going down 8. Make sure I don't lose that. Okay. We'll have to fix this here in a second. I would definitely never do this in a park. So yeah, you're way down here. So let's take some of this material. And again, these coins will move over time to freeze and thaw. Let's see. So 6 inches is going to be about, I'll make sure I'm right on that line too. There's about 6 inches there. So this one, the first coin is on edge. This one I want flat. So I'll put it down 6 inches. Be nice and flat. Put our plug back in. And again, I would never do this in a park. I was at a park today, got a piece of can slaw and a memorial penny and a broken window. The maintenance crew was there, and I was in the parking spot number 2, and they were edging, kicked up a rock and took out my driver's side rear window. That's like $800. But luckily, when I walked over my truck, 2 of the workers walked over and told me what had happened, because I didn't even notice it. And so they have a company coming over Saturday to my house to do a mobile glass repair. I don't have my normal harness on with my phone attachment, so I cannot see comments at all. There we go. So again, we have the first one at 5 inches, and that's on edge. You're still picking it up there, nice and flat. This is all cleaned out through here. Yeah, I would definitely dig that all day long. Some of you will notice I went back from the 8-inch coil to the 11-inch just for the depth. Even though it's coming in kind of squirrely at a 1, let's go back to the regular. Because you're looking for things to paint on this horizontal line to the right side for a better target. All right. So we have 5 inches there. We have 6 inches there. We're gonna go 7 inches there. See if I can do a proper plug in the shape of a horseshoe so I don't kill the grass. We'll go 7 inches. Plunk it down. Hey, Lincoln, appreciate that. So this one, dig down a little more. There we go. So that should be right about 7, right about there. We'll lay this one in and get another end in. This one is 1898. I'd have been 44 years old then. We'll put this one upside down, which should not matter. There we go. So she's laying flat in there. Put the dirt over her. Again, this will all change over time as the freeze, the thaw. We have the 4 seasons here in Utah. I water the yard. And by the way, I have done tests. And when you do water the grass, I've not tried it just on regular dirt, but when you do, I wonder if my pinpoint will pick them up. Definitely not. Not that sensitive. It does amplify your signal. And so I did a test live here on TikTok last week. And these coins I have in the garden definitely were amplified. So again, moving along, no signals. Dug that quarter just a few minutes ago here. Cleaned all this out. That's why there's a few dead spots. If I get real close to the concrete, there's rebar. It's going to ring up fairly high. That latest coin right here. Yep, still grabbing it at 7 inches. Now it's come in, I would think if I saw that, a 98, I would think it was a silver. Let's go to 90 degrees. Yeah, it's still grabbing that. Wow. And again, you would definitely dig that if you're out in the field. All right. Next one we'll do this one on edge. So we have 5, 6, 7. This one will be at 8 inches. And this one is a 1906. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they made the indents up until 1908, and that's when they came out with the weedy through 58. Then they went to the memorial through 2008. So maybe something to do with the 8s, huh? So now we want 8 inches. A couple ways I could measure that. Let's just use the Garrett Carrot. Let's see, the 8. That should be about 8 right there. Again, thanks if you're joining in on the live. We're just adding some coins to the test garden. So if you could like the live and subscribe and like, that'd be great. So burying a 1906 Indian penny at 8 inches. Going down 8 inches. Tamp this down. And again, I was chatting with ChatGPT, asking it based on in different finds and the soil conditions here in Utah, what's the average that a Indian penny would be buried. And it said between 5 and 8 inches. That's why I'm burying these at 5 to 8 inches, because I'm in Utah. So that one's on edge, which normally is a harder signal to pick up. Yeah, it's barely grabbing it. You can see it's coming in 97. We'll go 90 degrees. It's barely grabbing it. I'd probably walk right over that and never even stop. The one at 7, that's laying flat. I would dig that all day long. The one at 6 inches on the edge, it grabs that no problem. And then I have the 5 inches on edge. I would definitely dig that. So 8 inches is having a little bit of problem grabbing it. I mean, you can see it's grabbing it, but if you're moving, you're probably not going to hear that. You're probably just walk right past it. So this is where I start to change my settings. Like we're at 20 on sensitivity. Let me change it to, let's go crank it up to 30. It might get a little choppy. So it's grabbing that. It's barely grabbing it. Let's crank it up more. I normally don't go over about maybe 22 to 24. 35 is the highest. And it's grabbing it there. But again, if I was moving, I would miss that. And so, let's see, let's turn it back down to like 25. Because again, it gets so chattery that you can't hear anything. Now let's go to, we're in high conductor. Let's go to general. It's totally missing it. And it is grabbing a little bit. Let's see, general, fast, low conductor. Oops. No, it's totally missing it. Let's go fast. Oops. It's sensing it, but it's a totally different signal. I would not dig that. Now, if you're in a field where you're trying to clean stuff up, you've been there before, then possibly. This is, let's go ahead and do a noise cancel. That's picking that up as a 1. Well, now it comes in, squeaks in at a 98. Yeah, that's one thing when you change search modes, it changes the VDI. So if I go to gold field, whoops, let's go to gold general. It should just, yeah, let's do a noise cancel. So it likes 5. We'll do a ground balance. I know some people online say keep ground balance at 0. I find that it is quieter when I do ground balance, and the targets kind of sneak out a little bit easier on the audio tone. Yeah, there's just, so you'd have to turn down sensitivity quite a bit, maybe 16. And you're picking it up, but it's picking up as a very low tone, like a piece of tin foil or a small piece of gold. Now that one's squeaking through, but again, it messes with the VDI. So a 26 to me is a nickel. So there's no way I could do that. Let's see, let's go back to, I'm really liking the high conductors. Let's go back and do a noise cancel, which you're supposed to do every time you change modes. Okay, at 5. Ground balance. Yeah, so 5, 6, and 7 all day long. This one's squeaking through. You're getting virtually no audio. If you're looking at the screen, you'll see it'll squeak through a little bit. Go to a 90-degree angle. Same thing. And those I would dig. So I'll have to get another one and put it at 8 inches, but put it flat to see if that makes a big difference. So now again, we have the quarters there. We have the nickels. And now we have the pennies here. And I have a bunch of other coins I will be burying, like, let's see, those are the pennies. We have some $50. There's a 64, so that'd be 90% silver. 2 more quarters that are pre-64, 90%. We have some war nickels. These are 35% silver. Some buffalo. So we'll slowly put all these in the test garden just so we can kind of test different coils, different settings, search modes. Here's some old Wheaties. I love finding these. I found my oldest one the other day. It was a 36. You look at all these pennies I have, and they're just crusty. The oldest one I find is a 36. Yeah, that's a 36. And it's the best looking one out of all of them. It's just because they didn't put a bunch of other material in when they minted these. So pretty cool. Thanks guys for looking. And I may go live a little bit later, but thanks for being on the live.